Georgia State is on a 2-game losing streak and having major issues getting any resemblance of a running game going so far this year. The Panthers defense hasn't been as good as in years past and has given up a lot of yards on the ground so far this year. Georgia State is clinging to a 3-5 record, and hopes of a bowl bid are fading unless they can reach 6 wins this year. A tough loss last week, 27-3 at Western Kentucky. The Panthers managed only -7 yards on the ground. If Georgia State wants another Sun Belt Conference championship, they will have to get better on defense and better at running the ball in this week's matchup versus 0-8 New Mexico State. Week 11 is about to get underway, so let's send it down to the field. Georgia State will kick off, and Week 11 is underway. Uten back in his own goal line there, takes it out past the 10. He's out past the 20, trying to cut it outside, taken down at the 25-yard line. And that is where the New Mexico State Aggies will start on offense. A quick screen pass to Uten there is stopped in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. A nice tag team there on the tackle. 3rd and 6 now for the Aggies. Joseph looking to pass, steps up, fires deep to the sideline, and it's broken up by Sean Johnson there. And a 3-and-out for the Aggies. The Panthers take over here. Reynolds will hand off to Anthony Gross, trying to get this running game going. A good start here on first down. A 6-yard gain on the ground for Anthony Gross, the freshman. 2nd and 4 now. Reynolds hands off to Gross again, this time going to the right side, breaking a tackle and gaining 5 yards on the ground. 1st and 10 for Georgia State. Fakes the handoff, Reynolds does. He looks, he drops back, he fires deep over the middle for David Bailey. It's caught in Aggie territory inside the 35, a 26-yard gain through the air. The very next play here, Reynolds will fake the handoff again, look and fire. Caught by Marcus Jackson this time at the 20, and he is closing in on 800 yards receiving this year. Last year he had over 1,000. On 1st and 10, Reynolds will lob this one to the end zone for Jackson, but it is knocked down, setting up a 2nd down and 10. Reynolds under center here, looking to pass once again, fires quickly to Jackson this time, who evades a tackle and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. And Georgia State takes the early lead, 7-0 after the extra point. And New Mexico State will get another shot on offense here in the first quarter, as this Georgia State defense was stifling on the first drive. Can they keep it up here on the second drive for the Aggies? Handoff goes to Harrison on 1st and 10, and he gains 5 yards on the ground. That'll set up a 3rd down and 5 eventually here. And Joseph will hand it off to Harrison to the right side. He is hit hard by Jerome Schroeder for no gain on the play, and another 3-and-out for New Mexico State. Georgia State takes over here. 3rd and 4. The pass over the middle goes to Mark Moore for 6 yards and a 1st down, keeping this drive alive for Georgia State in Aggie territory. Reynolds looking to pass, and he is going to be sacked. The pressure gets to David Reynolds, and a loss of 9 yards on the play. 2nd down and 19. Reynolds looking to pass out of the shotgun this time, and he's going to hit Sebastian Willard inside the 40, and a flag comes out. Add 15 yards to the end of that play, and an automatic 1st down. Very next play, Reynolds scrambling out to the right, and he is going to be sacked again for an 8-yard loss on the play. Maybe he should have stayed in the pocket there. That'll lead to a 3rd and 18. Reynolds looking. He's going to dump this one off to Anthony Gross on screen play. He's going to get inside the 30, taken out at the 18-yard line, short of that 1st down, and we will kick a field goal to go up 10-0. Studio update here. Number 8 Michigan goes down to Nebraska, 31-18. Their 2nd loss in as many weeks. Georgia State now on defense here. The pass to Uten on 2nd and 10 goes for 29 yards into Panther territory, and the Aggies are on the move. Joseph now will keep this one himself on the read option. Up the middle he goes for a 1st down on a 17-yard gain. 2nd down and 10 now for the Aggies. Joseph's going to hand this one off to Harrison, and Harrison's going to be stood up in the backfield. A 5-yard loss on the play. will lead to a 3rd and 15. Out of the shotgun, Joseph looking to pass. He cannot find anybody open, and he is going to try to feel the pressure there. Throw this one over the middle. Incomplete, and that would force a punt by New Mexico State. And at the end of one quarter, Georgia State's on top, 10-0. We'll pick this game up in the second quarter. 4th and 27 for New Mexico State. They are punting. Back to receive this one is Mark Moore at his 32-yard line. He takes this one, cuts it outside to the left, cuts it back inside, and he may be gone down the sideline. Can the punter get him? No! Inside the 10. Touchdown, Mark Moore. 66-yard punt return for a touchdown. Gives Georgia State a 17-point lead. New Mexico State takes over now, trying to get back into this game. The pitch to Harrison is going to be a pitch for a loss of 5 yards. Stood up in the backfield again. This Georgia State defense is nothing but better this week against the running game so far. A dump off to Harrison on 3rd and 9 for the screenplay. Will gain enough for the first down. Past midfield, 21 yards on that play. 3rd and 6 now for the Aggies. Joseph looking to pass, throwing this one up to Cooley, and he cannot hang on to it on his way down, and that'll set up a 4th and 6 and a punt. Georgia State takes over here out of the shotgun. 3rd down and 6. This pass over the middle to Anthony Gross is good for a first down and a gain of 9 yards. The very next play, under center, Reynolds will drop back to pass, looking, firing over the middle, caught by Marcus Jackson. Pass midfield, a gain of 17 yards on that one, and Georgia State is on the move again. 1st and 10. Reynolds fakes the handoff here, going to the throwing game like they have done all year. This throw down deep to David Bailey. Incomplete. They say he was out of bounds, but I probably should have challenged that one. Instead, it's a 2nd down and 10. Reynolds looking, dropping back, firing, and caught by Mark Moore here inside the 30. And if you looked at that really closely, Mark Moore went down at the end of that play. A hard hit. He was short of the first down, and he went down here. It looks like he's holding his knee. And I believe the injury update was, I'm not sure exactly what it was, but he is out for the next 3 or 4 weeks with an injury, as the handoff to Anthony Gross on 3rd and 1, or 3rd and inches, goes for a loss. We're going to attempt a field goal here. The kick is up. It has the distance, but it misses wide left. No good. Georgia State would get the ball back later in the quarter with under a minute to go. This pass to Sebastian Willard inside the 30 of New Mexico State. 1st down and 10 now for Georgia State here. Reynolds back to pass, looking, going to fire to the sideline. Caught by Marcus Jackson, out of bounds for a gain of 12. And on 3rd and 5 here from the 10, Reynolds looking to pass, trying to get a touchdown here. Throws to the end zone, and David Bailey cannot hang on. And that is going to lead to a field goal right before halftime. And the score at half is Georgia State 20, New Mexico State 0. Georgia State takes a 20-point lead into the second half and starts out with the ball on 2nd and 2. Reynolds on the read option will keep this one up the middle for 11 yards and a first down. Trying to get the running game going. 21 yards on the ground in the first half, and the defense has really improved. -2 yards rushing they have given up, so very impressive there so far. As we have a 2nd down and 8 now for the Panthers. Reynolds is going to fake the handoff and look to pass. His bread and butter here. Throws this one deep to Michael Sanders, who is in for the injured Mark Moore. Gains that one, a gain of 29. 2nd down and 1 now. Reynolds will keep this one on the read option, and he's going to be tackled behind the line and fumble the ball. The ball is out, and Johnson recovers. New Mexico State takes over. 3rd and 4. Handoff to Harrison up the middle. He will go for a first down gain of 10 yards. And the New Mexico State Aggies trying to get back in this game. 3rd and 11 now. Joseph back to pass here, throwing this one deep, and it is dropped by the tight end there. And New Mexico State has to punt. Georgia State takes over here. Reynolds hands off to Anthony Gross, and he is met immediately in the backfield. A very disturbing hit there. Luckily, he got up. A loss of 4 on the play. 2nd down and 14. Reynolds fires deep for David Bailey. The nice 360 catch, trying to get away from the defender, but cannot, but gains enough for the first down. First down and 10 now. Reynolds looking, firing deep again. This one's caught by Michael Sanders for a first down, and 15 yards added at the end of that play for that face mask penalty. Very next play, Reynolds scrambling out to the left, throwing deep, caught by David Bailey down at the 10-yard line. That'll lead to a 3rd and 8 here for the Panthers. Reynolds looking to get a touchdown, but this one's broken up in the end zone, very well covered, and that will lead to another field goal by Georgia State to go up 23-0 as the Aggies take over. Handoff to Harrison is stopped in the backfield for a 2-yard loss by Lawrence. 2nd down and 7 now as Georgia State takes over. The handoff goes to Anthony Gross up the middle for 7 yards. It's 3rd and 8 now for Georgia State. Reynolds looking to pass from the 45. It's caught by David Bailey down to the 25-yard line. And at the end of 3 quarters, Georgia State remains on top 23-0. This game is pretty much all but over here as we enter the 4th quarter in a 23-point lead by Georgia State. Reynolds looking to fire, and he hits Marcus Jackson down at the 7-yard line, a 16-yard gain on the play. Georgia State now has 1st and goal, trying to extend the lead to 30-0 as Anthony Gross goes up the middle for 3 yards, setting up a 2nd down and goal here. And from under center here, Reynolds will hand off to Mark Culver, who will make his way into the end zone for the touchdown, putting Georgia State on top 30-0 and pretty much ending this game for the New Mexico State Aggies and Georgia State Panthers as we get a studio update. Number 9 Oklahoma on top of Texas Tech 24-17 in the 4th quarter. The Aggies take over, trying to get any resemblance of offense and try to get some points on the board, but a sack on the play. Corey Joseph sacked by Randall Lee for a loss of 19 yards. 3rd and 19 now. Joseph's going to dump this one off to Harrison on the screenplay, and he will gain a decent amount, but not enough for the first down. And Georgia State will take over and drive down the field here with a couple nice passes. Reynolds back to pass on 3rd and 10. Throws this one deep to Marcus Jackson, caught for a first down, and a face mask on the play. 2nd down and 6 now for Georgia State. Reynolds looking here, and he's going to fire, and it's caught by David Bailey inside the 5. That would lead to a field goal, and this game would end with a Georgia State win 33-0, shutting out New Mexico State in this Week 11 game. Taking a look at scores from other games around the country this week, number 10 Florida blows out Vanderbilt 56-14, and number 25 Washington goes down as well this week. Looking at the stats from our game today, Georgia State dominating this game. 87 yards rushing, better, 333 passing, and only gave up 106 yards total offense to New Mexico State. Players of the game, David Reynolds, 23 for 35, 330 yards and a touchdown, and Brad Williams, 2 tackles, both for losses, and a forced fumble on the day. We will go ahead and advance to Week 12, and we have our 2nd commit of the year, Brandon Slaughter. That is a great name. 67 overall center commits to our team, but we need to get some more recruits in here to commit to Georgia State. Up next will be Week 12 against Arkansas State on the road. They are 2-7. We come in 4-5, needing 2 more wins to become bowl eligible. Can Georgia State get to that 6th win? We will find out in the next couple episodes as the season winds down here. If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.